I could not be more excited right now if I won the lottery. Google I/O took place last week, and a number of things came out. Things like Google Home, which is really interesting in terms of how it'll connect all your devices, um, especially if you, like me, have a lot invested in the Google ecosystem with things like Gmail and Google Calendar and whatnot. And the fact that I plan to be switching back to an Android phone on the next contract cycle. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Plus, of course, there's the whole business about the question of privacy. But in a way, Google is playing catch up because Amazon really got the ball rolling with the Amazon Echo. So if people are willing to trade convenience for privacy, I think that says a lot about society. Now, of course, there's always the person who doesn't necessarily know that this is happening. But at the same time, you have to wonder, and that's, I think that there could be a whole other video about that. But that's one of the things that happened. Another thing that happened at Google I/O had to do with Android Wear 2.0. It's really given, in my opinion, a lot of credit to the platform. It's basically been given a major overhaul, and it'll be interesting to see how things work out with that. I'm also interested in seeing if this might not help to this total overhaul combined with the fact that you can have Google Android Wear both on obviously Google's own devices, but also on iOS. I wonder if there might not be available in the future an Android Wear watch for under $100 out of the box, brand new. That'd be really cool, because it'll be great for somebody who wants to try it out but doesn't necessarily want to spend a whole lot of money on it. But I think the big takeaway, and I know I'm forgetting something, I just can't remember everything that happened, but the big takeaway for me was the fact that Google Android and Chromebooks are coming together. What's happening is Google Play is coming to Chrome OS, not to the Chrome browser, which to me is kind of silly. Why would you have it in the Chrome browser if you have a full other operating system behind it? But to Chrome OS. And to me, this has made Chromebooks relevant again. I'm not saying that they weren't relevant for before. For casual web browsing and office documents, they were perfect. But if you wanted to run Skype, that was pretty much impossible. If you wanted to run Spotify, that was pretty much impossible. If you wanted to run Office outside of their cloud service, that was pretty much impossible. Not anymore. You now can run, or will be able to run, I'm sorry, you can run it right now if you're a developer and you have one of three supported devices, which is Google's own Chromebook Pixel, the Acer Chromebook 11R, and the Asus Chromebook Flip. And again, it's only for the developers right now. They're still working on it. But I think it's good to have it released to developers right now because they can see what they're up against and look at porting their Android apps to Google Play on the Chromebook, which from what I understand is going to be practically, they won't really need to make any adjustments at all. And given the fact that the Chromebooks as a whole run far more powerful processors than even the top of the line Android phones, we should expect far smoother performance from what I understand. But again, I couldn't be more excited if I won the lottery. And the reason is because I have not used my Chromebook for a long time, and the reason is because as I'm going through my PhD, I realize that there are some local apps like Microsoft Office that I absolutely have to have, and there's also going to be information that I'm dealing with that I wouldn't necessarily want to have stored online. For example, confidential data. You wouldn't want that to be stored online because as a researcher, you're ethically obligated to protect it. And if you have it online, to me, you've thrown that protection out the window. Anyway, so being able to run these localized apps on Chromebooks Big, huge, ginormous. This is just supposedly what it's going to look like. It's just going to be in your taskbar, just like any other Chromebook app. Your Android apps are going to be windowed. They're going to feel just like a full it's going to feel like a full desktop now. Me personally, what I'm interested in is whether or not I could use @VoiceReader with Chrome. Because if you saw my Chewy Hi8 video review, you probably saw that in action. I could take whatever browser I wanted and have the contents extracted from the website and have things read back to me. It'd be super cool to be able to do that on a Chrome OS device. This is the list of Chrome OS devices that'll be supported. Now you'll notice I have one highlighted. Unfortunately, my personal Chromebook, the Chromebook C720 that you saw back at the beginning, it's unfortunately not going to be supported, which kind of makes sense. The hardware is what'll be 3 years old this coming holiday season, and in the tech world, that's quite a ways off. So I'm not surprised that it's not supported. However, there is one device that is, and that is the Chromebit by ASUS, the Chromebit CS10, which is this. I've got this on my Amazon wish list. With a Bluetooth keyboard, this is just over $100, which is cheaper than any Chromebook. And in my case, because I have limited vision, a big monitor, big help. You can hook up your Chromebit to a TV, any size. I could hook my Chromebit up to an 80-inch TV, have an 80-inch Chromebook, as it were. But the fact that also this is extremely portable. With this little stick, I would essentially have, once Google Play comes to Chrome OS, I would essentially have a full Google-based PC that could run localized apps that I could take between my home and my summer house with very little fuss. And just over $100 for a full PC that is actually a really good product. You can see why I'm excited here. This is going to be, I think, it's going to put a dent in the Windows market. It really is. I mentioned in a previous video that my relative is looking for a computer to replace their older Lenovo system and that I was looking for something low end. The problem is I can't wait for the Chromebooks to be able to support the offline apps. They need that functionality right away. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get them a Chromebook, at least now. They're going to have to stick with Windows. But me personally, this is gold. This is, honestly, I have no words. I cannot wait for this to happen. Google Play on an 80-inch TV, full desktop browsing experience, screen reading magnification. Now, obviously, it's not going to be near as advanced, as something like ZoomText. But here's the thing. If @VoiceReader can work on a Chromebook, I won't need the enhancements of ZoomText. Because the main thing I use ZoomText for, I do enjoy the cursor enhancements, but those are nothing compared to the built-in reader. That is probably the single most used feature in ZoomText for me. @VoiceReader fills the same need on Android. And if they could get that to work on the Chromebooks, big, huge, with an 80-inch monitor, wow. Just plain wow. I think that this could really give Microsoft a run for their money. But what do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome, and have a nice day.